Hello everyone, myself Arun Kumar from the Department of Biomedical Engineering at SNS College of Technology, Coimbatore. Today we have with us Mr. Arnav Kandekar, the founder of Speak Daily. Welcome sir. Arnav Kandekar, the founder of Speak Daily, he works to improve the skills of people. In today's world, the skill of a person play a great role in great achievement and heights. Okay, sir. I would like to ask as a very basic few questions, sir. Shall we start the meeting?
Sure.
Okay, sir. Can you share something about Speak Daily?
Okay. So Speak Daily in very simple term is an online platform that helps you to improve your communication skills and public speaking skills by talking with experts, right? So what we focus on is on active learning. Since the skills like speaking skills, communication skills, interpersonal skills, they cannot come from just by watching any videos. They need to be learned practically. So at Speak Daily, we do this in a very simple way. First of all, you sign up for let's say communication skills, and then you get to have live classes with an expert so that you can ask any doubts which you have at that moment itself. After learning sessions, what you have is practice sessions where you practice with your peers so that you can really improve. And based on these practice sessions, you get a feedback from your peers who are practicing with you as well as from the mentors. This helps you to pinpoint exactly where you are lacking and where you need to improve. And this helps you to improve quickly because you know exactly, not a generic one. So that's why learn, practice, and improve. This is the simple thing which we do.
Okay, sir. So, learning and practice all in online learning.
Yeah, it's all online.
Oh, okay, sir. And another question: what was the turning point which made you get into skill development?
Yeah, so it's a very interesting story. So what happened was that by going to various public speaking competitions and all, my public speaking skills were quite good. And one day we were to deliver a presentation at our college. So I delivered the presentation. It went very good. After that, two of my friends came who said that, hey, can you teach me also? I said, why not? But I jokingly said that, yes, I'll take money from you. And to which they agreed. So that moment I realized that, yes, this is something which can be. So why not test it? So that day I went home, put up a post on LinkedIn and other social media, attached a Google form. And the post was that I'm starting speaking skills organization. Who would want to join? And I slept that day. After waking up, I thought that I won't get much, but to my surprise, I saw that 30 people signed up for this thing. So I know that yes, but now I wanted to have a real validation, and real validation only comes when people pay money from their pocket.
Okay, sir.
So I designed a 2 weeks course myself, and I conducted the classes. It was summer 2019, means June month. So had a small place, and I called people. 10 people I started with first, and I called them to conduct the classes for 2 weeks. And they came. We had all interactive classes, like the way I said it: learn, practice, and improve. All of that happened there, and at the end, they paid me also. So that was my first real validation that yes, this problem is big enough to be solved. It is necessary. It's not a luxury. It's a need, and people are ready to pay for it. So that's why I started with Speak Daily. So that way I know that yes, this idea is worth something pursuing on.
Sir, nowadays all students like go to study in abroad. They have to study abroad like IELTS and TOEFL the exams. So your skill development classes help to the IELTS or other proficiency exams helps.
Right now, what we are doing is of very focused approach. Right now, what we are rolling out is of communication skills, public speaking, and interpersonal skills. Right. So the emphasis, many people what do they mistake is that good communication means you are good in English, but that's not the case. A person who is born in England still can have problem in communicating with the masses or communicating with anyone. English and all is just a language, but what to say, what to communicate, that's the thing which we are teaching. So these things help people not only in real life but in corporates also, where they have to work in teams, present, how to keep themselves, and interpersonal skills, which is important in dealing with conflicts, managers and all usually. So these are the things. Right now, we are not focused on exam approach, but rather on improving yourself.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, but in the future we'll bring it. But
Okay.
right now we are focused on these three things.
Hmm. Okay, sir. Nice. So, based on your knowledge and experience, can you highlight of an necessary of soft skills and is entrepreneur?
Can you please repeat?
Based on your knowledge and experience, can you highlight on the necessity of soft skill and its entrepreneur?
Yeah. So it's absolutely necessary, essential if you want to become an entrepreneur.
Okay, sir.
Why? Because as an entrepreneur, you will build team, right? And
Yes,
team
sir.
requires good communication. You have to be a good leader, and in order to be a good leader, you should know how to communicate effectively, how to deal with people. There will be consequences. There will be various challenges that will come in your way when you are an entrepreneur. But the first and foremost is to how to keep your team together through thick and thin. One thing is that, another thing is sales. Every entrepreneur needs to sell, whether it's his product, whether it's his pitch, or whether it's his vision. That when he is bringing team together, he needs to show themselves that yes, this is something worth pursuing. And how do you do that?
Okay,
If you don't have good communication skills, no one will come to you. If you don't have good people skills, then you cannot retain people, right?
yes, sir.
Because communication skills, public speaking and all is very essential. If you go to pitch and you are just like fumbling on the stage, pitch be would your pitch be interesting? No, right? So
Okay.
communication is essential, especially for the entrepreneurs, because they have to constantly sell their ideas, sell their vision, even sell their product, bring together people, lead them to a common goal, and be a leader. All of this requires good communication skills, public speaking, and people skills.
Oh, nice, sir. Sir, everything has a first time and every first time is a unique. You agree this point?
Yeah.
How was your first time as you began on in this field?
So at first, I had no clue that what entrepreneurship is and how to get about it. I had that idea which I told you about, but I didn't know how to start it. So what I did was I went to various networking events. There are various events before the COVID times that they were used to organize, like say from TIE or various other, like we had some events from Ventures also, Venture Catalyst and all. So I used to go there because there was the only place where entrepreneurs from all around the city would gather. They would talk, they would listen. Also, TIE is very active in Nagpur. There's a chapter of TIE, so they used to organize various talks and they used to call entrepreneurs not from India but from abroad also. So listening to these people and networking them got me to connect with various people. And in one such way, I got connected with my mentor. And in that way, I learned about entrepreneurship. Another thing which I learned from these events only is how people are taking things at global scale, how in the world things are happening, and what are the standards and what are the things which people are doing around the world. So it helped me to connect with a lot of people in that. One such thing I got to know about is of I the people who started the whole incubation, and they have mentored and incubated companies like Airbnb, Dropbox, Slack, Stripe, all global giants, right? So they run a course, a 10 weeks course called Startup School, where they teach you everything. It's through their video lectures and all, where they teach you everything right from the start of how to get an idea, how to validate it, to at the end of the road, how to find a co-founder and all. So that also helped me a lot. But the main thing that came was from directly taking a jump into. You can learn swimming all in theory, but you cannot practice unless and until you go into the pool. So that's why I decided to start the entrepreneurship journey, to start my own startup, because I'm in college and I don't have any liabilities right now. I can start it, and anyone can do it. That's why.
Okay, sir. So back in school, what were your passion and where did you want to when you grew up?
My passion.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Uh, See, what I was like, I loved from start itself. I've been to various competitions, so that I know that I enjoyed public speaking and all. And I know that if I teach this also and I start something in that direction, I would enjoy it. Because the main thing was, if I don't even enjoy it, then why? What's the point of starting it? So I decided that I'll do this. One such thing, before while in school, I didn't know much about entrepreneurship. Like any other people, I just wanted to have one goal, to have a good job and all. But then I came across one book that changed my entire perception. That book was called Rich Dad and Poor Dad. When I read that book, it changed my mind. It was like, have you seen the movie Matrix?
No, sir.
Okay, so imagine that all of the things which society tell you is a lie, right? There is a real world out there which you haven't seen. So when I read that book, it was like an eye opener for me. The whole concept of this book was that make money work for you, not you working for the money. And from that point onwards, I decided to see that how things happen in this world. And that way I came to know that an entrepreneur, a person who gives a job, is the one who actually makes his money work from him, not just a person who is employed. He trades his time, and in return he gets his money, right? But an entrepreneur doesn't do that. So various other things happen, but the book of Rich Dad and Poor Dad was an eye opener for me. That day I decided that it won't be any good if I just go for a job, right, and make someone else rich, while I can start myself and make myself rich also. And in that process, I can be, and my inclination slowly began towards it. Because from the school that I and, didn't have any such plans. It's a process that happens.
Okay, sir. Which person strongly supported you until now?
I get a constant support from my mother. She
Oh,
doesn't understand much of entrepreneurship and what it is about, but still she supports me in any of the way which I want, whether be it in my doing the class, starting speak daily, or doing anything else. She is a constant support for me, so I know that even if the world turns against me, she is one person who is held against my back. So she is the one who is constantly been throughout this.
oh, nice, sir. So, sir, according to you, why do you feel skill development as an important aspect?
Because if you don't upskill, you can easily be replaced, especially for the skills like communication skills and public speaking. Because as you can see that with AI growing nowadays too much, right? There are too much advances in the technology. Many of the things can be easily replaced. As you can see from the job crisis which we are going on due to corona pandemic, many people have been laid off. But the people who don't, but the people who are not laid off from their jobs are the people who are having good communication skills. Because these are the people usually in the high ranks of if you go out there and just say that I want a coder, I want a guy who can program in Python, you will get thousands of people, if not hundreds, get thousands. But but the people who rise up to the ranks, who become like CEO, CFO, and all, many of the times you will see that they are the persons who are having more than these skills, which are like communication skills. They are good at communication skills. They are good at dealing with people. Let me tell you a short example. Around way back in America, it was in year around 90 something, right? There was a man, Andrew Carnegie, who was a billionaire, if you must have heard of him. So he employed a person whose name was Charles Schwab, right? So at that time, if a person was earning, at that time, if an average American was earning $50 a week, he was considered well off because at that time there was no income taxes, right? He was considered to be quite well off.
Yes, sir.
At that time also, Andrew Carnegie paid Charles Schwab $1 million a year at that time. I'm not talking about present. At that time, when $1 million was such a thing, you can imagine if a person earning $50 a week is considered rich or
Yes.
well off, then how would a person of $1 million would be there? Only Car and why he did that? Because Charles Schwab didn't have any good technical skills. He didn't know much about. There were people far ahead of him in the knowledge of how to make steel and but with people. This is the one skill which is very important, because if you don't know how to deal with people, your organization will fall apart. It takes only 3 months, an average of 3 months, to learn any skills. But with these skills, these are permanent skills. These help you not only in corporate but in real life. Because suppose, say, if you have to maintain good relationship with anyone, be it a entrepreneur, be it your friend, be it in your family, good interpersonal skills are essential. If you want to communicate your work, suppose if you are a very good coder and all, but if you are unable to communicate itself, then how will people know that you are good at this thing, right? How will you market yourself? And for entrepreneurs, it's daily and night. It's very essential. How will you communicate with the people, and how will you make? First of all, if you want to raise funds, also, then how will you impress the investors? You have to sell your vision, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's what. And communicate with the customer. So it's very essential, these skills. And
And
if we keep upskilling ourselves, then we become irreplaceable, even at tough times like this.
so, sir, some give to tips how to improve our communication skill, because they watching video in number of young minders. So please give such how to improve our communication skills.
You pointed a very good point, that people watch generally videos, but these skills require speaking, right? If you
Yes, sir.
don't speak, then how will you know?
Mm.
These skills are not listening skills.
Okay, sir.
You just sit there in front of video, and
Mm.
in YouTube, you cannot ask even the person who puts the video about any doubts and all. So
Yes.
it needs to be active learning. It needs to be live learning. First thing you can do is you can join Speak Daily.
Okay,
But
sir.
apart from it, for improving your communication skills, I would say that you are in college, right? There
Yes,
are
sir.
various events held in college,
Yes, sir.
maybe cultural festival, technical festival, and
Yes.
various other events outside. Go out there, present. If you are interested in entrepreneurship, then take part in business plan competition. You just need one idea. Go out there, take an idea, and start presenting with the people. Go out into a networking event of any field. If you are a coder, then go to Google Developers Group. If you are anything which you are passionate about, there is always a community and group out there. Go there, participate in that event. You will speak. When you will speak with people, you will automatically start improving. And of course, if you get a guidance in that, if you get a person who knows how to improve, what are the things which you are lacking, because we don't know what we are lacking. Someone else who is experienced can easily point it out, right? So if you can get a person like that, then you can improve. And most importantly is three things: speak, speak, and speak.
Oh,
Go out there.
okay, sir. Sir, please tell how to overcome the stage fear.
Well, stage fear is something that cripples a lot of people. When they go up there and see people staring at them, then they fumble, they're nervous, they get nervous. So there are various things like you can do. First is you can start breathing calmly, right? Many times what happens is when people stare at some question, what they do is they just stare at the audience, and they just fixate their eyes on one particular member, and that particular member also feels trapped. He's watching me only. Throughout his entire speech, he's watching me only, and then he will start taking out his phone and all of this thing. So then you will also feel underconfident. What you can do is you can have a glancing eye contact from one part of the stage. Usually there are audience in there, so for like, let's say for 1 to 2 seconds you see in this corner of the room. After that, shift your eye contact with the other people. There is some breathing exercise which can help you to calm down.
Oh,
But one of the best things to overcome stage fear is to go on stage in a practical environment. This is
hmm.
what we do. Like, we have various people who are uncomfortable with speaking with each other at first, but when they come into our practice sessions, right? When they start with interacting with the people, it provides a safe atmosphere, because one thing is that all the people who are with us, their only goal is to improve themselves. So it automatically creates an environment where people are pushing each other for becoming more and more better. And when they speak in that way, so slowly their fear starts fading away. They know that even if uh, even if I even if someone comes to me and says that, hey, you have 2 minutes, just go up there and speak. They practice for that also, so that their stage fear is quite removed. They build that confidence in themselves that yes, even if someone says to me that, hey, go up there and speak for 2 minutes, I can do it. And that comes from practice, that comes from guidance and practice, because they know there is formulas for everything. Like for speech also, there's formula like how to start, how to engage audience, and how to conclude. When you know these things, when you master these things, and when you practice these things, it becomes very easy for you to go on the stage and all. So at Speak Daily, we also provide that kind of environment also, where the people are all there, because that is the one thing. Providing confidence within a person is the first basic thing which we wanted to do. Rest content can be taken care of. There is a lot of things out there. But if the person gets comfortable in his own skin, if a person gets comfortable in his own voice, then he can easily go out the stage and rock the stage.
So nowadays the main major problem for all young minders, self confidence is very very less. So how to protect and increase our self confidence, sir?
So self-confidence is what you think about yourself, right? What
Yes,
you
sir.
believe in yourself. One thing which destroys self-confidence like anything, I'll tell you, is comparison. When you start comparing yourself with others now, see, we live in a world where the population is 7 billion or more, right? And in that field, there will always be someone who is more successful than you. There will always be someone who is more better than you at anything which you want to do. So if you compare with these people, you are bound to get disappointed, because you know that suppose if you are good at, let's say, programming, or if you are good at, say, singing, there's always someone who is better than you at this thing. And when you compare with yourself, you are indirectly or directly hurting your self confidence. It's like you are taking an axe and grinding it on your foot itself. So first of all, stop comparison with others. Stop it immediately. Start comparing with yourself. You know how you were yesterday and how you are now. Each day try to become a better version of yourself. Suppose if you were at, let's say, a simple example, like if you some at LinkedIn itself, suppose if you were at 0 followers when you started, after 2 days you will get at least 5 followers. From 5 you get 10, 10 to 100, and all, you reach 1,000. So if you track your journey itself, if you compare yourself with your then you will start to see that yes, I've improved a lot. There's so much improvement I did. In terms of speaking also, at first if you were shy and if you were underconfident, but now you can go out there stage and speak to people, at least address a small gathering. That's a tremendous improvement, right? Earlier the person who used to shy away from stage is now going on stage with the confidence that yes, I can speak with people. That's an improvement. If you compare yourself with any good orator like Tony Robbins and all, you're bound to get disappointed. You are speaking in front of, say, 100 people, he's speaking in front of, say, thousands of people. There's no comparison between you and him. You can only learn from him, but not compare with him. Only compare with yourself. That's the biggest boost to self confidence, because when you see your journey, suppose if you are version 1, now you are version 2 next day, try to become just 1% better at what you do. Compare with yourself and track your journey. You'll automatically gain self confidence.
Yeah, very nice, sir. And so, which person inspire in your life? Inspiration.
It's not one single person.
Okay.
I would say that in terms of business, I get heavily inspired from Jeff Bezos and Ratan Tata. Jeff Bezos, because of his long term vision and his hustle, how he survived his company throughout three major crashes. But his long term vision and all is what impresses me. You know that when we think of an entrepreneur, usually the thought that comes to our mind is the person who is hustling 24/7, who's not sleeping, who considers sleep as waste of time and all. But here is Jeff Bezos, a guy who is the richest guy in the world right now. He sleeps for 8 hours, wakes up, have his morning breakfast calmly, does some exercise and all. He's having a quite laid back lifestyle, but he's focused on to the right thing. So it shows that you don't have to be hustling, you don't have to compromise with your sleep or with your relationships. You can do that while being at peace, because that's the whole point. You become an entrepreneur to have success, to have money, and also that you can be comfortable. But if that process is making you so uncomfortable, like it is meddling with your health and sleep, then that's not worth it. So Jeff Bezos inspired me in that direction. I like his long-term focus, his vision, and his thoughts. How he's survived Amazon and how he's making Amazon the world's most customer-centric company. And he's doing that. And one more thing that all can learn from is that whenever we start, suppose a new entrepreneur starts, he thinks that we have to do this also, we have to do this also, and we have to do this also. He focuses on 10 things at once. Jeff Bezos does the exact opposite. He started with a simple bookstore, right? And that too, he kept it asset light. He used to take catalogs from the groups of people of the bookstore, and when only the order comes, then only he used to deliver. And he perfected that to such an extent that he became the biggest name at that time in book delivery. Once he had strong footing in one area, then he moved on to other. He first takes a niche, dominates it, so that even if when he goes out to experiment with others, and even if he fails, then he won't go broke. That's the whole thing. Takes one niche and dominates it. Another person is APJ Abdul Kalam, Dr. Late Dr.
Yes,
APJ
sir.
Abdul Kalam.
My inspiration also.
His, his humbleness, yeah, his humbleness inspires many people. And I met him once, so really like his personality, how he came from scratch to becoming the president of the country. He's very inspiring and still stayed humble. That's the quality that inspires him, that inspires me.
Okay, sir. Your startup speak daily. You face lot of struggle. How to manage the all struggles and how to achieve it your achievements and your vision and mission.
So one of the things that you have to face when you get started is that you will face more rejections than a yes. Normal person doesn't hear that much no's, and that too straight in your face. We started with it. Customers used to like say not answer calls and all, and when we started with the batches also, then people would register, they would sign up, they would come, but they still won't pay. Right?
Yes, sir.
You have to hear a lot of rejections continuously. But when this was all started, I used to get very upset because there's a to how much no's you can hear in a day, right? So that you do, you get rejected. Sometimes things don't go as you planned, things fall apart, and you are the only one because all of it comes down to you. So yes, these are struggles, but the only thing as which we can do is you can learn from your mistakes, analyze what happened wrong. If you are in a startup and say you can analyze data which is coming to you, right? One of the biggest thing you can do to make your startup a success is to talk with your customers. Many times what happens is people don't validate their idea, and even if they want to validate, they take out simple Google forms and all. That's always good. Google form is good, but when you get on a call with someone, talk with someone, that's a different level of personalization. They open up, they open up to problems which you didn't know that existed, because in our mind we imagine everything, but you need to understand what the customer actually wants, and that only happens when you talk with them. When we were validating Speak Daily till now date also, we do the same thing. If any person signs up with us, we have a call with him, we ask what problem he is facing, how much the frequency, and various other things, because that way we know how to keep improving more and more. We are in touch with what our audience is, what our target customer wants. So that is one way which you can do to avoid various mistakes. Many startups have this problem only, that when you are young you think that yes, a simple Google form would do. You pick up a form, you get responses also, you get various responses also, but when it comes to actually paying, taking out the money from the pocket, then people don't show. That's the biggest disappointment. That is the biggest struggle. So talking with users, validating the problem first. You need to understand if it's a need or luxury you're building, right? And
Yes,
if your
sir.
target market is big enough. So these are the things that you pivot a lot. At first, we thought that we would start with this. Our audience would be someone else, right? And then when it turns out that the people who are actually paying us someone who are different, who we didn't take into account. So you need to be dynamic. Don't be a rigid person. And see, if your idea isn't working, right? If your idea isn't working, then discard it. No problem in that. You are in it for entrepreneurship. You do not get married with an idea. You are an entrepreneur. You can start any other idea which works. But sticking too much time in one idea which doesn't work is waste of your time. So make sure you validate the problem first. It would help you to avoid various other problems in the long run. And yes, be prepared to hear no multiple times when you start up. That's the part of it. Only thing you need to do is you need to persevere. Perseverance is quite important. You need to just stay up there, because what happens is whatever efforts you are putting now, they will show result, but results are lag results. They will show after some time, right? But till that time, if you just do 1 days of work and think that it is not showing in result, then it won't happen. There's no overnight success. So you need to stay motivated and stay constantly in that. Talk to the customers, validate the problem first, because your users are the one who are going to become your biggest promoter. If you are giving them good service, then they only will spread the word about you, right? So make sure you listen to them, you implement the feedback, what it is there, and you stay up to date with the problems. These things is more than enough you can do. These are
Okay.
the things which we also faced. That's why I'm telling you.
Okay, sir. Suggest some important things that you think one must not miss out in his or her life.
In his or her life, that's a quite broad question you have asked. Miss out means in what sense?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
As you said, miss out, right?
yes, sir.
So what do you want? Like in which sense here?
Um, Something our confident or yeah, basically communications and so just that's also some most first one is our confident.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, sir. Audible?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Can you please repeat?
Miss out is confident, sir.
It's quite an important thing, and the activities which build your confidence. Like if you, in terms of general thing, if we say of what you need, if you not should miss out, is that there are some skills. In if I talk from a skills perspective, there are some skills that are very essential for you to learn. First skill is like time management. That is very important. No matter what you want to become in your life, it will be there. When second thing is people skills. You cannot miss out on these things, because your whole career and your whole life will be dependent on this. Third is, yeah, like you can say, like basic knowledge of finance. What I've observed is that many people in India still are not financially literate. They are literate in terms of education, but they are not financially literate. Many of them don't know what is the difference between asset or liabilities, right? Where their money is going. They don't even know that if what is the correct formula for saving itself. Many things that income minus expenses equals to saving. But if you want to get rich and if you want to become something good, then it should be incomes minus savings equals to expenses. First, whatever you earn, save a portion of it first. Pay yourself first. That is what we call. And then from the remaining things, do your expenses. Because many people lack this basic knowledge. That's why. But nowadays, the field is quite improving. Nowadays, the scene is improving. Many people are getting into stocks and all, right? Stock broking and all. So that's a very good change which I'm seeing. But still, at the core level, the people like you and me, in the college, they need to get this knowledge firsthand, because that's we are at the beginning of the stage. When you are in college, you start earning a little bit, maybe by doing some freelance jobs or anything. So if you do these things, you need to understand the value of money and basics of financial literacy, so that in your later life you don't face any problem. One of the things which we should not miss out is, in my opinion, everyone should start something of their own, right? Even if you don't want to become an entrepreneur, just start for this thing. Because if you succeed, you will get various things, not only from money, but you will get precious experience which will be useful in the later stage of your life. And even if you fail, then also you get a learning. You don't have to do anything. There are various business which we can start, and I know various people who are in college and have started this thing, and some of them are very successful. One of my friend is there who made an Instagram ebook. He used to stay on Instagram, right? And he used to keep observing things. He made an Instagram ebook and sold it for $100, 100 rupees only. And in 1 month, he earned six-figure income just by selling those things. And he's still in college. So you can understand that potential is varied. If you are good at something, then you can maybe see how you can monetize on, how you can start on. And if your aim is not just monetization, then also it's fine. Just start on something, because it will give you a lot of experience. If you go for a job, what happens is they will test you for one thing for your entire life. Only one aspect will be there. But when you start a business or anything, you are the janitor, you are the CEO, you are all of the things. You are a one-man army in that. You learn the skills of team building. You learn how to talk with people, how to close deals, how to manage time, and there are various things which cannot be learned just from the academics itself. I went through your website and I saw various good initiatives by your college, design thinking and all. So
Yes,
these are the
sir.
various things which we actually need, and I felt very happy that your college is doing all these things.
Thank you so much, sir.
Talks and all are talks and all are very good. But when you are taking it things into action, you can organize workshops at your college where people maybe come up with an idea in 36 hours. There's a startup weekend out there that does the same thing. So these skills, these enhances your skills and experience. And also you can, and also you get to travel a lot with these things, right? So traveling is all of a sudden different experience. You get to
Yes, sir.
learn various things.
Yes, sir.
So my whole point is, start exploring. You do not have to be limited by your own mindset, right? Remember one thing very clearly. Even if you fail in anything now, it won't matter. This is the best part of the being in college and starting up, is that you don't have any liabilities behind you. You are living with your mother and father, and if you fail itself, right, then also it won't affect on your family's economic condition, right? You're free to experiment, because if it takes up, then very good. While in college, you're becoming a CEO itself, right? If it takes up in the college itself, then you don't have to worry for anything. You can put your whole focus on growing itself. And even if it doesn't, it will help you in your job also. I remember, just I'll take 1 minute more and say that I had one friend older than me. He was like a junior, he was like a senior to me, right? So he started a startup, okay, and at some after running for successfully for 2 years, he closed it down. Now he went to his final year, fourth year, and the interview was there. So in his resume, he mentioned in one line that he started the startup, right? So whole interview, whole selection process, they saw the interview panel saw that he started a startup. So they asked questions about him. It was a 30 minutes interview, optimistic, because what happens is you tend to uh, कि आज नहीं कल करते हैं, और वो कल कभी आता नहीं. You keep postponing things and that day never arrives. You miss out on a lot of things. All it needs is just take action. And I know that procrastination is a big problem. Even I face it. Here's what you can do in that. You can start with a small thing, right? Suppose if you have to learn, let's say any skill, let's say programming of Python, right? So no one is expecting you to become expert at it at day one, right? You can start gently. First of the things which you can do is you can just enroll for the course itself. That's the smallest step you can take. It won't take much of your effort, right? And then maybe learn a module. Let's say you do for at least for 10 15 minutes on the first day. you practice for it, and slowly increase the time. Because what happens is, I'll give you an example. If you go to a gym and he says to you, do bench press and dumbbells and all the sets on the day one, what will happen is you will get cramps all over your body. You'll be tired as hell, right? So you won't go the next day, correct?
Correct.
But if they say you just, hey, go on and walk for just 5 to 10 minutes on the treadmill, that's an easy task. That's an easy task which you can do. So make sure that whatever you are doing in the procrastination happens when you feel overwhelmed. So break your task into small bits and pieces and start executing on your day one. And keep a list with the title, say, I did this thing, not a to do list. I did this today. And write the task which you did, because that will give you a confidence. When you see that, yes, I'm doing these things, that will give you self confidence in yourself that, yes, I can do this thing. I have the ability to do this thing. And that is one of the biggest thing that will help you overcome procrastination, right? So this is the thing you can do. So excuses are, you make excuses only when you are not interested in any field, right? You feel overwhelmed in that. So even if you want to start a startup, right? You don't have to think about it on day one that how will you make it successful, $1 billion company. You just have to start with the first big things. That is the problem real or not, right? That's the least you can do. You can make a simple Google form. It doesn't take much. Next day, what you can do, you can talk with some of the people. I'm not saying that if you get 100 responses, talk with hundreds of people. Start with 10 to 15 people talking, one call a day. It won't take much. But the point is that you will be continuously improving yourself. Like I said, that try to become a better version of yourself. So you will be having continuous sense of improvement that will motivate you on itself to push forward.
So, sir, my last question. Can be elaborate your speak daily and how to apply, how to use. So because a lot of young minors uh, they don't these kinds of things. So please can elaborate, speak daily, how to use, how to apply, how to join.
Yeah. The process is very simple. I'll give you the link of it. The website is peakdaily.in.
Okay, sir.
You just go there and you just register for it. Okay. So right now we conduct a batches. It's a 14 days batch
Okay.
starting with, and it teaches you basics of communication skills, public speaking, and people skills. Right. So you first enroll in that, and we'll teach you via live classes. After that, you will be having practice sessions also and feedback also, so that you can see that your improvement on yourself. Right. After, so you just have to fill up a simple form, join, and pay the fees. That's it. All the rest of the things we take care of. We run in batches. So let's say one batch there would be like 10 to 15 people, so as to ensure quality. It will help our instructors to ensure quality as well as give you the best thing for you, a personalized approach for you. So in that way you can go there and just fill up a simple form with basic details. You can make the payment and get started. All you need is just your mobile phone and any good like Google Meets or any app. That's it. You can learn anytime from your home. The timings for it are flexible, so that even if you miss some of the day, you can cover it the rest of the day. And the timings are decided by the people itself. A common timing is arrived, so that no one has any problem of missing out. It's a very personalized thing on your on your pace, and the most important thing is you need to be active in that, because we won't be doing in such a way that we'll be providing all the videos and see that, yeah, do it on yourself. We don't do that. We'll be providing you maybe some of the videos, so that to ensure better understanding of a concept, you will be having live interaction with the mentor itself. The mentor will be talking to you live like we are doing right now, so that you can have any doubt cleared at that moment itself. After that, the practice session will be there. So practice is very important. This is where we differentiate others. We differentiate from others, because these skills require practice and you cannot get better at them unless and until. So that's the only thing. Your dedication is required, and you have a good internet connection with a mobile phone. All of us have it, right? So that's the only thing. Just fill up a simple form. I'll share the link with you also. Speakdaily.in. You can go there and register. That's it.
Okay, sir. Well, then it is time to wind up the session. Thank you, sir, Mr. Arnav Kadir, for joining with us and sharing your valuable time and knowledge. It is a need as a pressure to hear from such an inspiring and innovative person. I would like also to thank all young minders joining and supporting us. I would want to grab hold on this opportunity to thank our department and faculty members to allowing us to conduct and host this priceless session. Thank you, sir. Thank you, all my friends and team making with this event and successfully one. Thank you, Mr. Arnav Kadir, sir. Your valuable time spent with me and my team. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Arun, for arranging this amazing thing.
Thank you, sir.
Like, and you and your college are doing very good. Like the, I don't think that there are many colleges that have embarked design thinking in their thing. The amount of activity and which you are doing, so that is very inspiring for me also. That at such a young age that you people are taking initiative, and when the college itself is taking such initiative, it will benefit thousands of people,
Yes,
all
sir.
the students and the community itself. So very good in that initiative, and I hope to see all of your progress.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you very much for
Okay, sir.
inviting me.
Okay, sir. Just leave the meeting, sir.
Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir.